Hello everyone. Oh man, I am not getting sick of this lighting at all. Look how the car looks. That looks wicked. Right, so today, new day, and I'm gonna work on this Golf today. Now, I'm gonna be looking at doing some ambient lighting on it, and I've done a good few videos on all of this. This one's gonna be a bit different. I actually have to change a door. I've been asked to do that today, but I thought I'd do a different video where I'm not gonna go and show a bit more specific on this car, but just go over a bit more of a generic look at what to do if you're looking to install ambient lighting yourself. Genuinely, it is easy as long as you have the right tools. A lot of other bits and pieces are actually easy as well, but you just got to kind of think things through. So I'm going to get this car completely dismantled now, and then I'll show you guys all what I mean. Let's start off by actually looking at the car, what it's like right now. It's had these red, I'm not even sure what to call them. I think they've been glued in some areas, but these are like red, well, yeah, so I think he's glued them in. Proper tight actually in there. Dang. Wow. Those are basically all coming out. There's a strip going across there in the middle as well. And at the back, there's the extra door, but there's nothing over here at the back. The inside of the car is pretty decent. It's really nice condition, to be honest. But yeah, we're going to be looking at doing something in the center console area, and those bits and pieces. So we'll try and do the dash, the doors, and the rear doors as well. So it should be a pretty fun little project today. So like I said earlier, time to go into hyperlapse mode. Everyone, what I've gone up to right now, so as the customers requested, been able to remove the door, which was pretty different. I never thought I'd be in a position where I was removing doors for people, but yeah, funny how the world works. But what I'm trying to do right now is understand the wiring that comes through here, goes into the door. I was really hoping, looking at the extra door that he's given me, the one that needs to go on, there was a large live and earth that goes out from here into that. That doesn't seem to be the case for this door. I'm not sure what that was used for on the new replacement door, because yeah, that's different. So I'm gonna just play around with the wiring over here now, see what actually I can possibly look at using. At the moment, this is looking much more of a complicated job than I expected, so might have to have a word with them and just say, look, the rear door's much harder. I'm gonna continue so you guys can see me work on. I think I'm gonna check out the other side now. Door doesn't need to come off, which is good news. I'm just gonna look at the wiring over there and just see if it's exact same as this side, or if there is any extra wiring over there. So I'm gonna go over that now. So I've received a lot of messages asking how to actually install the ambient lights. Now, I've done videos about it, and I guess it's not clear enough as to exactly what I'm actually looking for and what's actually going on in my thought process, because every car is different. So if you don't have the exact car in the video that I'm trying to show you, it might not make sense. So this is a bit more detail on what I'm actually doing. So when you get the door card off, the door card in essence, which is just over here, is just the panel that's going to have the face of everything. But what we're looking for is everything behind here, what's actually going on with the wiring, because we need to find a live and an earth point. Generally speaking, if you look at the wiring, you're going to look for the two thickest wires. Those two wires will basically be the ones that power majority of everything else. Now, speaker wires, they do get a live and earth going to them, but they'll only be on when the speaker system's on. So the stereo, the head unit, whatever way you want to put it, that's when they'll be on. In terms of what we're looking for, I like to look for something that goes to a large module like this. You can see there's a live and earth here. These two wires are very thick and they're instantly powered on. Now, to check if they've got the power, you have to get a voltage meter like this. So what I would do is I would get that, I'd stick the earth into there, and then let me actually just set this up. So as you wedge those in, you can see that I'm getting a reading here of 12 volts. And that's what I'm looking for. Now I'll put a link to this machine or something similar to it if you find anything better. This is great. This can be used in so many different things. So I would highly recommend just even having this in your garage. But it's not that expensive. I think it's about £10 or so. But you're able to check that. Now if the voltage changes at a certain point, you'll also be able to check if you are looking at doing something else. Now this is going to be a constant live and earth, so I'm going to basically tap into these with the wiring for the ambient lighting. When you are looking at checking the voltage, you do need the car on ignition so you can actually check and the car is sending current through everything. And then when you don't need it, just take the key out, put it somewhere safe. So I'm gonna basically do the same thing on the other side. Same wires here again, so it's what I'm gonna be looking at powering into. I'm gonna check that over. But it gets interesting with the rear now. This rear door doesn't exist at the moment, but the rear door, I'll come over to this side since it's actually still on the car. This is basically what you're looking at. The only wiring going here is for the central locking. The central locking only gets power to it when you're unlocking and locking the car, which is really not what we're looking for, because we don't want rear ambient lights for when you're unlocking and locking the car. So that's something that's a bit different there. So I'm gonna need to look into what I'm gonna do here, how I'm gonna wire it in. I'm gonna deal with the front first and kind of deal with this at the end stages of the install, purely because I'd rather get majority of the work done. And if I can't do this today, then at least then I'll be able to let everyone know. But otherwise, if I spend too long on this and actually don't get anything else done, then that's going to be a bad idea on my part. So prioritizing here, unwrap the Ambient Kit. A link for this will be in the description below. Here we've got a few extra little bits and pieces. Got the footwells I'll deal with later. That will get powered from the cigarette lighter, I think. Best way to do it. So that's basically the kit. I'm gonna save this one. Probably keep this one for the center console. But we've got everything ready here. Yeah, gonna get the first one ready to get put onto the car. Gonna do the front passenger side first, I think. Solder these points in, and then we'll deal with the others. So here's what I've done, everyone. You have to thin this out a little bit, just so you can actually slide it, well, get it into the actual light. It normally comes at this thickness, but you just trim a little bit off. You need to do that so it actually fits into the lights, which if I grab one, it's basically just this bit. It needs to be able to slide into there. But how I'm doing it on this car is, if you just pull the door handle a little bit away, you can just slide this through a little bit. Happy days. There we go. Got it through. I'm just feeding it around like this. Now, he had some other kind of wiring, as you guys saw earlier. That's left some glue residue all over the place. So it's not as flush of a fit and as tight of a fit in some areas, but it still looks good. I'm just gonna carry on with this, so it's gonna go to Hyperlapse mode. update now. The way the customer would like the lights, just wants it going across here, all the way across, and then around the gear stick. So to do that, you can use the wires that go to the glove box light, but I don't want to do that, because when you do that, if you're moving around the glove box, or basically if this isn't turned on for any reason, it cuts out. So even though it's turned on near enough all the time when the ignition's on, yes, it actually is on the entire time. As soon as you close this, it just shuts, it will shut this whole light down. So I don't want to do that. So I've got one of the lights, I've wired it through, so from behind here, behind the head unit, down through the bottom. So I'm just doing all that now. Got to put the head unit back in and then sort out the wiring. I might need to extend it a little bit, but we'll see how it goes. So due to the issue that's happened with the rear doors, this rear door actually has speakers in it, but they're not going to be working because there's no power going to it. I'm just connecting up the doors. I'm going to have to leave the wires hanging out for the actual ambient lighting. Then we're going to look at trying to deal with those later. Don't think I'll be able to install these for them. I'll be able to look at possibly doing it another day, or they can do it themselves. But I'm going to leave the wires ready for them to install a live and an earth to. Completely down to them as to where they install that from. But let me show you all how it looks right now. I think that looks actually really smart. Let's go turn the lights off actually. Leave the other lights on over there. Turn the lights back on. But yeah, I think it looks good. I would have done it slightly differently across the dash. I wouldn't have probably done it here. I would have probably just done that entire centerpiece. Just left it like that. But there's a squeaky door. With this door as well, it will have it going across here all the way around. These are the wires I've left out to be able to wire it up. Got the footwells done as well. But yeah, before we kill the battery, leave that there. See you all shortly. So there we go.
Oh, so many calls and messages.
I'll send you the link for the app to like change the colouring for it all. You okay?
Yeah. See why doesn't have it.
There we go. T, Abdullah, they're leaving now. Boys, have a safe journey home.
Yeah, man, nice one for the...
Catch you later.
Nice one for the work, my bro.
It's all good.
He's going well, isn't it?
Yeah, man. It's a proper disco inside.
Trust me.
Whew. Another car done. Happy days. Might do the rears at another point later on in the future, but for now, that's it. All right.